Today, Kevin and I are going to be trying the Frederik's by Meijer. This is a Honeycrisp caramel apple pie. It was $11.99 at Meijer. It is a 2-pound, 12-ounce pie, so it's big. This is how it looks when you open it. Oh wow, it's
a mess.
It is a mess. I decided to get a plate out because when we go over to the table to try it, I want to be able to take the box with me and read anything. Read anything that's going on the back of the box. So you buy these pies in the bakery section of Meijer. They have tables, just like every other grocery store has their tables. Whole Foods has its tables. And so these are at room temperature. We have had it in the refrigerator until we were ready to try it. And then what I did was I've had it laid out on the counter for probably an hour. And so, and it still is a little cool in our house, but I've had it laid out for a little while just so that it would get back to room temperature. So you see that layer, there is a nice layer of apple in there. Lots and lots of crumble. I don't think I've ever seen a crumble that thick on top of a pie. I cut these.
You got an eighth.
Yes, you're supposed to get 10, but they're huge. They're absolutely huge. So I just cut them big. The box, what I don't like, this is the only thing, and most times, no matter where you go, it's not just exclusive to Meijer, it does not give you directions on the box. So when you're buying some of these, even from Walmart or Whole Foods or whatever, it's not telling you, eat this at room temperature, or heat this up in the oven, or this is better this way or this way. It's not telling you, or have it cold straight, it's not telling you anything like that at all. So I went to the website to see, what are they saying on the website? Are they telling you to heat this up? What are they saying to do? They don't give you any information, none. They tell you how much it costs, that's it. You're not getting anything additional. So,
yeah, this one's no different.
This is no different. It says 10 servings, of course mine are massive. 1/10 of the pie, 125 grams, is 330 calories. But the first ingredient in this is apples.
Yeah, it's got a lot of apples in it.
It has apples, a caramel dip.
That's what it looks like. You know that caramel dip in the little tubs? It looks like that's been poured over the whole time.
Well,
like heat it up a little bit, just warm it up a little bit, make it runnier and
right. If you're the one that's going to cut it, you're not going to get out clean. You're going to have to wash your hands. The reason I say that is because I would not buy this one in particular to take to a function. Because normally when you are at a function and you have to deal with stuff like this, you don't want something that's going to get all over you and that you have to go back to. Think about it like if you're in a church hall or something. You're not going to want to have to leave that line of people or whatever and then go back and wash your hands. It's just going to be a pain. So I would not choose this one to take to a function. Your home's different.
It's got a lot of apple in it, I'll tell you that much. I need some big hunks of apple, which is really nice. I don't know what I think about the crumble.
I'm going to get the back.
That's what I'm going to get right here. Just the crust or just the...
I'm getting the crust and with some of the caramel. You can't avoid the caramel.
No, I'm okay with the crust. It's very specifically the crumble.
Why don't you like the crumble?
It's a little blah. It adds a little bit of crunchiness to it, which I do like, a little bit of crunchy, but the flavor, there's no flavoring to it. Like, it hasn't been browned, because it's got that caramel on top. It didn't brown. It just kind of like, it's just kind of there. It's kind of like a boring sugar cookie or something crumbled up on top of it. You know what I mean? I like it overall, though. Just the crumble is the weakest part of it. I
I really do like the crust itself. And I like that back part. Kevin and I are both fans of crust with the pastry itself when it's done really well. This
one
one
doesn't seem raw.
This one I think actually has a lot of flavor. It's not just
it's a nice texture too.
Yeah, it's a nice texture. There's a lot of flavor there, and it goes really well with the caramel.
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm saying. The crust itself is good.
Yeah, I like that crust. Try it by itself. See, I didn't get a bite without caramel. Mine all had caramel, but it seemed like it still was buttery.
It was a nice flavor.
Whereas some pastries are just very, very plain. I do think they that one has a good flavor to it.
A piece of apple.
There's tons of apple in this. I like it overall. I think it's really nice. It's incredibly sweet. I like the goo that they used in with the apple.
Yeah.
And they didn't skimp on the apple. They didn't make, like the apple hand pies. They put the little squares of apple and they dice them up, which is fine. But this, I feel like they really did it right. And they put big slices of like wedges of apple.
And big pieces.
Yes, and I love that sweet goo. And I think, too, that could be because it's in the Frederik's by Meijer box. This is a lot more like the, you have the Meijer brand. They do have pies in the Meijer brand. They're in just a plain brown box. This is the more upscale Meijer brand. And so I think that is coming through on this pie.
It's really, really good. The caramel isn't an overpowering caramel flavor, but it adds lots of sweetness to it.
A lot, yes.
Like I said, the only thing I'm really, and I'm not complaining because I think it's bad. I'm just telling you what I think. The crumble, I wish it was a little browner.
Right.
Like, had a little more flavor to it. Right now, it's just like a powdery kind of, floury kind of texture. It's really not, doesn't have much flavor to it. But overall, it's pretty good.
What it seems like they did is they put the crumble on top in a really thick layer, and then they immediately put the caramel on top. Right. Whereas Kevin would like it more if they had put that
toasted the crumble a little bit.
Yes, put it before they put the caramel on. Kevin would have liked for them to put it in the oven and let it get toasty and then put the caramel
exactly.
on. Yeah.
If they had done that, and it's not, it does have some crunch to it, so I don't want you to think it's textureless. I don't know, it's just, that's the weakest part, but 100% I would buy this again.
Yes, I
would actually buy this over other just apple pies because this one has so much flavor.
I think so too. And what do you think about the temperature of it just being like
room temperature? Is perfectly fine.
I think so too. Yeah. So
I think if you tried to heat this up, you could probably stick it in the microwave for a few seconds if you wanted. I wouldn't put it in the oven because I think it would just dissolve into a mess. Yeah. But I think all the caramel will literally run off.
Right.
But if you stuck it in the microwave for just a few seconds, if you did want it warm, you could just let each individual person decide if they wanted just a touch warm. It would be fine. It would be fine, but I do think it's great room temperature. Yeah. You don't need to do, this is one of those you can buy it and take it and be perfectly fine to eat it. Excellent. Yeah, it is. I really do like this one. So I hope you enjoyed the video and thanks for watching.